Hold up. Marcel clip. Here we go.
All right, three, two, one. Welcome everybody to another episode of Rexi's podcast. I'm joined here today by with my co-host. Fuck, I messed that up already. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of Rexi's podcast. I'm here today with my co-host.
What's going on, guys? I'm 2460 here.
So, from the day we are born, we all experience weird shit and also near death experiences, which is today's topic. We've all had the few various near death experiences, and we're going to elaborate more on that. So, I'm going to start off with me breaking my arm. It doesn't sound kind of near death experience ish, but for me it was. So it was like this random day. Me and my friends were just chilling out in Dubai, like near our buildings, basically. So I was like riding my bike, like really, really fast. Like when I say bike, I mean my bicycle. So and we were young kids. We were probably like 10, 11. So while we were driving near the road, and one thing led to another, there was a car in front of me, and I didn't notice the car. I kind of noticed it a bit too late, and the car came straight at me, and kind of I almost moved in time, but not kind of. So I still kind of got hit. I fell and I broke my arm. Yeah. So if I didn't move in time, we may have never had this podcast. There would have never
Yeah.
been the whole Rexy personality, the YouTube channel, shit like that. And damn, bro, that's one of my most dreaded near death experiences. Okay? I know it wasn't really a crazy story, but for me, it was really, life changing.
It's understandable. Like that happened to me. Yeah, it
It
would be an
makes us who
impact.
we are, experiences like this. Okay, Damon, I'll pass off the baton to you.
Well, since we're mentioning cars, I've actually had a few. The first one I had was very off the bat. I was at a friend's place, and we were just doing like a games night sort of get together, even though it was in the day. And then, because we didn't have a car, my mum and I decided to just get a taxi. So we went to this tiny little curve that was literally a car-sized road, and then to that tiny pavement at the edge of a highway. And I rushed to her without looking left or right. But one thing that's always been clear is that you should always look left and right. And a car zoomed in literally on my left. I sucked in my stomach. One more inch, and I probably would have been bashed out from one end to the other.
Jeez,
So,
dude.
so I mean, I'm literally serious. The car was literally touching my my stomach. Let's just go with that. But yeah, it wasn't that urgent. Like from a child's point of view, it would be traumatizing. But looking back at it now, I really need to just look before I leap.
Yeah.
Literally.
Damn, dude.
But
Yeah, that's really scary. I feel like most near death experiences is when either like riding a vehicle, crossing a road, mostly stuff like that. That leads me to the next most, scary death experience I've had. So it involves me riding my motorbike. So I was down here in Goa. This happened around quite recently, around like 6 months ago. So I kind of woke up early and I was like feeling happy. I wanted to go get a quick bite and chillax and enjoy the rest of the day. So I hopped on my bike and I was on my way. So right outside the place I live, we have this little bridge near the road, all right? Not exactly a bridge, just like a little, railing near a big kind of field of some sort with a lot of water, basically. So, and the sad part about that day, it was kind of rainy-ish, and the roads were kind of slippery. So I was going at a moderate speed, but not moderate enough I mean, too moderate for the village sides. It was kind of like the dainty roads and shit like that. So I was going at a speed of around 60, 70 kmph, which is too fast for the inner roads, if I must say. So I was going at a really high velocity, and out of nowhere, one lady decided to pull out of her driveway. I noticed her, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just move to the side, like let her go out peacefully. But then on the other side of the opposite side of the road, one you're going and one way is coming towards you. So like to the two lanes of the road basically. So I'm on the lane going towards the lady who's pulling out of her driveway, and there's another lane. So I didn't notice was there was a car on the other lane coming towards me. So I couldn't overtake the lady that was pulling out of her driveway because I was 100% gonna hit her, and I couldn't move on to the other side because the car was coming towards me at a really fast speed too. So my only choice was
Yeesh.
to brake, and as I said, the road was slippery as heck. So I decided to use both my brakes. So on a bike, you have the right brake and the left brake, each for the front and back of your tires, right? So I decided to apply both of them so I don't hit any of the people, either the bike or the car. So I applied both the brakes, and one thing led to another. My bike was rolling on the road, and I was like toppling. Luckily, I did not sustain that much of injuries. I just scraped my arms, my knees, and I broke my toe. So, but
Ugh.
the fear I had that day, dude, it it took me so long just to get back on that bike because the fear I had, just sitting in the bike was like, it would literally make my heart race, dude. And luckily, the people on that day on the road were really nice people. The lady who pulled out of her driveway, she stopped, she helped me up, she got someone to drop me home. Even the people in the car stopped nearby and came to check up on me. So one good thing about that, you basically just don't lose hope in humanity. When people do good deeds like this, like help out a person that is seems in danger, in trouble, or hurt. That's one thing that I really appreciate. And
Yeah, it's great to know that
yeah,
there are good people out there
yeah.
who
And
just
that
do it.
experience is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life because every time I ride my bike, I still have a fear that I'm gonna fall off or get hit by another car. So that still haunts me till today, even though it was like 6 months ago.
Hmm. It
Right?
was fairly recent, so
Yeah.
it's understandable.
Passing back the baton to you.
So the second one is a bit more wolfy than my first one. This happened way back when in 2016. Uh, it was the first in a good while that I decided to go to England for Christmas to spend time with the family because I was originally going to do a detour to California during that point, but then I decided, forget it, I just do my reason there back in Dubai. And we took a connected flight. So we went to, I'm not sure if I don't know where it was. I think it's in Doha or somewhere with that big teddy bear with the lamp in the airport. Anyway, um, during Christmas time, obviously, there was a bit of a situation and the connected flights weren't, there was a delay basically. And I was fairly tired. It was only just over an hour flight, and I was a bit exhausted. So I decided to sleep at the airport because we had to sit down and wait for just the latest. And I slept in a weird position. I slept on my mum's arm, but just in a very weird way. So my legs were like on the floor, like where they usually would be, and I was just bent in a way, like my whole upper body was leaning towards left.
So
And
not
this
like a
was for
regular sleeping prone position, right? Like an awkward
no, no, no,
position.
no. Yeah, it was just in a very weird way. It was just so I could get comfortable.
All right.
Then when I woke up, we got the latest. Like we could move to the VIP lounge and just get comfortable until they could sort something out. I just felt really weird. Like something was going on around my spinal area. Not my spine, my rib cage. There was something up with that. And I was going through commit die thoughts back then. So I was still going through that scenario. And I was like, okay, this pressure needs to end at a point. And then I just needed the airport hospital. That was a mini hospital thingy, so they had like pills and medications and whatnot. I was in a wheelchair, and man, I took two painkillers or something, but like I asked my mom because I was 16 at the time. I literally asked her, "Am I gonna die?" And she looked at me dead in the eye and asked me, "Do I?" And it was that really it just looked like one of those leave it or lose it scenarios, all or nothing cases, and I needed to think because I just kept saying I can't do this anymore throughout 2016, and that was the one chance where I was like, okay, you know what, the reflections need to go on me now. So long story short, I felt okay after the flight on the way there because we ended up getting to England. We we never went on connected flights to England ever again, and yeah, long story short, I had a really great Xmas and I looked beyond the future.
Damn, dude.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like like it was just it was literally pretty terrifying.
Damn, that could really change a person, you know, like being at that, you know. Yeah, it sounds very scary, you know. I could see, I could be like, I could feel what your mom was going through, you know, like like she can't do anything to help you out. You're in pain. You don't know what's gonna happen. One thing, guys, if you ever feel like you can't do it, never give up, guys. Always power through. Never give up, guys. Even if you're going through a tough time, guys, always get help. Seek out advice from people. Always, never give up.
Mm-mm.
Diamond, is
Just
there
keep going.
anything you would like to add?
Yeah, like that advice is pretty much there. Just like you're gonna deal with curves, you're gonna deal with ups, you're gonna deal with downs.
Life isn't a
Like
smooth journey. There has to be ups and downs. Nothing comes without a cost. So, guys, always beware. Be careful. And always be positive.
mm-hmm. Well
Right?
said.
Alright, guys, that's a wrap on this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed this specific personal podcast from us. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, guys, make sure to check Diamond out in the links in the description below. Make sure to check us out on Instagram. Make sure to follow our channels. And hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And once again, guys, stay frosty.
Peace out, guys.
Right?